our menu every 3 to 6 months. So entire new coffee, new matcha, new chocolate every 6 months. Also new menu. And this is actually on the last in our last season because we'll be changing season after the World Coffee Jakarta. So currently we are season 4 where we highlight starch as our main ingredients. Why starch? Because we see that starch isn't just the ingredients, but also our tradition and culture sort of connected with the starch. Like how we Asian people love to eat rice, and our our culture and traditions revolves around rice normally. And how Eastern people, like normally you eat grains, and your culture and tradition also revolves around that area. So in Omakafe we have 5 sets of menu, which are 3 coffees and also 2 non-coffees. We have normal Indonesian coffee, and this time from West Java. And then we have exotic coffee from Datera Coffee Farm in Brazil. We have geisha, but unfortunately it's sold out today. I'm so sorry guys. And for non-coffee option, we have matcha and also chocolate. So you can choose either one of those ingredients. And then in one set, we will serve 3 beverages. It stands for, we have as is, milk, and reimagine. We took the inspiration from the barista competition format, where normally they would serve espresso, milk, and also Hitachi beverage. But we took a wider perspective into it. So firstly, as is, it's normally just coffee and also the ingredients itself. Like say for the coffee, we do some black coffee, we do some coffee hydrosol. So just water and also coffee. And secondly, we have milk. In here, we mix our milk. If you have ever heard about DOA milk.
Yeah.
DOA, yes. The one that Mickey used for his WBC. Yes. So it's where we use it here in a normal day. And the way we make it was to mix 3 milks, 3 kinds of milk, dairy milk, oat milk, and also cashew milk, which stands for Aromi. And then we cook it inside a Thermomix to evaporate the water content by around 30% to make it more condensed, more creamier. And yes, that's our milk. And lastly, we have reimagine. This is where we put our season into it, say starch. So we put a lot of starch ingredients, like we make some rice syrup, we make some, what do we have? Corn syrup, yeah, stuff like that. Yes, so you can choose which one you like first. If you love natural processed coffee, I would recommend the Indonesian one. It's quite unique. It has a lot of purple fruit spectrum, like raisins, prune. Very lovely.
Get the Indo.
So you have Datera and also Indonesia.
Yes.
Good to be back.
You gotta go back.
Is this some minerals that you put in the water?
Yes, it's aquacot.
I'm good friends with Simon, who does the Apex
Oh,
ones.
Apex, yes.
So, is Aquacode is this Indo?
No, this is Taiwan actually.
Okay.
So we are the local distributor for aquacot.
Yep.
Unlike the Apex, where we have 3 profiles, this only have 1 profile.
Okay.
That's it. Well, when I first started working with Mickey, which is 2021, I was actually an R&D for the other company, which is called So Good. So Good is basically our consulting company.
Mm-hmm.
And now we open Omakafe, so normally I'll be here.
So you won the Indonesian Coffee and Good Spirits Championship.
Yes.
When was that, and what did you use?
It was on November last year.
Mm.
So what did I use? I used a coffee from Colombia, from El Diviso. I used Ombligon.
Aha. Yeah.
But the one that was processed with luwak yeast.
With
luwak yeast.
Luwak yeast. Luwak yeast, is that like the animal? The
animal, yes.
The one that everyone makes, like, oh, it's the barley coffee everyone puts out.
Yes.
Okay. So how do they get a yeast from it?
we took it from the feces of the luwak.
So it's coffee. So this is like the real coffee feces
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Okay. Right. So the poo coffee is good.
It's very funny because we took the feces from luwak in Toraja, like hand carry it to the lab.
I'm excited. Johan just ordered a coffee that's made on Java Island here in Indonesia, and it's fermented using a yeast that comes from the luwak. So they actually get the yeast from the coffee luwak, the animal or whatever. They get the yeast from its poo and then ferment it with it, and it tastes real good. So Johan's getting the poo coffee. World class.
This is the Indonesia, and I'll explain what this later on. And this is for you. So, starting from the Indonesia, we got inspired by a traditional local drinks called soda gembira. Where normally soda gembira we use condensed milk, syrup, and also sweet soda. And this one we do a slightly different approach to it. So this is actually a milk course. So we make our DOI milk into condensed milk by cooking the DOI milk and also sugars. And then for the soda part, we clarified our DOI milk. So we separate the liquid from the DOA and also the protein and also the fat content. Whereas the liquid goes into the CO2 tank and we make it into soda. And then the leftover from the clarifications, we dehydrate it in the tin sheets into these beautiful chips here.
Ooh.
So you can take one sip and then eat the chips and then take another sip.
Okay.
Therefore, we make 2 filter coffee. Similar approach, 7 grams of coffee, 100 grams of water. I put around 60 ppm of the water. The first one is normal without the rice. And the second one, we add some black rice into it. This is the rice.
So you put black rice in with the ground coffee and
Yes.
then brewed it.
It will shift the flavors as well. So,
So-
you can, yes.
So
please.
no rice, rice.
No rice, yes.
Cheers.
I'll try that one first. Cheers.
Before the milk. Sorry.
Okay. Now without the rice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I was expecting to like actually taste rice, but it's just like added a different element
Yes.
because the rice probably doesn't really extract at the same rate the coffee does.
Yes, correct.
Okay, right. So yeah, it's like next to no solubility. Well, just only a little.
Almost. Well, basically, I just want to add a little bit of the starch from the rice. But don't extracting way too much from the rice, because if I grind the rice and also the coffee together, the rice will sort of muting down the coffee flavors. I don't want it. So just add like 1 gram ungrounded, like just roll like this, just pour it. Arigato. On dito dong.
You look like you're enjoying it.
I love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite because the coffee, it adds some kind of fruity note into it. It's balancing down the other element, like the sweetness element from the syrups.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's creamy, and also you can feel the fizziness out of the soda.
You use espresso with the soda.
Yes. So technically that's espresso, and also condensed milk, and also the clarified milk. No, that's the leftover from the milk clarifications.
Oh.
So they dry it out and then dry it, make
Yeah.
a crisp out of it.
So the condensed milk is here.
Yes, as a base.
You could make that like a canned drink, and I would drink that daily. It's like
True.
if that was like a
Yeah, the RTD drink. Yeah, it's one is quite good.
So if anyone's
Satu
thinking about
kotak
doing
habis.
the World's Brewers Cup this week and they want a bit more body to it,
And
try and sneak a little bit of rice into your coffee bed.
So the second one is actually called tape. It is the reimagined drink from the Indonesian set. Have you ever tried fermented cassava before?
Fermented cassava?
Cassava?
No.
No.
Don't even know if I know what cassava is. Or is it cassava?
Yeah. So basically, we cook the cassava, and then we add some yeast to ferment it. It is a local delicacy. It's quite funky, but also it's sweeter because the yeast will turn the starch into sugars. So for this drink, I use espresso as well.
Yep.
Same shot. And then we add some stout syrup. So basically a syrup made out of stout beer. We cook it and reduce it with the red rice vinegar to add depth of flavors. And lastly, to add some dilution, we add some ice and also ferment passion fruit kefir water to add more vibrancy into it. Side, you want to finish it later on?
Wow.
Meanwhile, your second drink for the course is actually the milk course. So we borrowed this technique from Coffee Amamiya in Japan, where they call it milk brew. So it's basically just like a cold brew, but instead of using water, you're using milk to extract the coffee. So no more dilution. And this one, we use coffee from the Datera. We ground it together. We infuse it with our DOA milk, the distilled one. But then we add some black rice, just like the one that you tried before. And also toasted white sesame to add the nuttiness into it. We put it together and we put it in a sous vide bath at 45 degrees for 1 hour to fasten the extraction process. And then we strain it. It left with this creamier, more textured milk beverage, almost like ice cream.
Yeah, right.
How long does it last in the fridge after you?
That really depends on how sterile your equipment is. If you clean everything,
So like caramel and maple and
yeah, very sweet caramel,
yeah,
and also you get that nutty flavors
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
very
sesame.
peanut,
Yes,
like Reese's peanut butter, but much nicer.
yeah, lighter.
So what is the ratio between the beans and the milk?
It really depends on how strong you
Ooh.
want to use. In here we do 1 to 15 ratio.
No, 1 to 50.
Yeah, quite a long ratio because we don't want the coffee to overpower the milk. So this is coffee hydrosol.
What is hydrogen?
Hydrosol is technically, if you Google it, it is a distillation of any substances, tapi yang non-alkoholik. Biasanya dipakai di perfumery,
Di apa?
buat extract the oil.
Right.
Jadi ngilangin water contentnya buat si oilnya biar tetap stable.
Right.
And here we clarify our coffee basically. Jadi long black, kita bikin long black terus kita distill, didalut pakai sama air sampai TDS-nya sekitar 6,5%. Terus baru kita distill pakai mesin yang di ujung. So it's coffee but it's
That.
yes,
And then you waved it.
and we wave it.
Yes.
Very lovely. I love that machine. I've been competing since 2022, but in brewers.
In brewers.
So I've been competing in brewers for 3 years. Oh, because I've been doing all of this, making recipes, kind of things, and I thought to myself, why don't I join this CIGS?
Yeah.
Well, Mickey went first. So Mickey was the first guy in our team who competed in CIGS in here, locally. And then next year, Yesi, his wife. And then I thought to myself, maybe I should compete. And I compete. And I won. So yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
So, what did you learn when you lost 3 pounds from the brewers?
A lot. Humility and also
Yes, humility is definitely the byproduct of losing, but
Yeah.
so it's a good thing, right?
it is a very good thing. Like
Yeah.
you finally learn to accept that you're not good enough,
Yeah.
and well, you just need to learn more.
But I doubt even if you won the Brewers Cup once, you might not want to win the Brewers Cup in the next.
Exactly, it's very hard to win back to back, especially in barista we have Mickey have been
Winning
win back to back, of course. But in other discipline like brewers, very hard. Coffee and good spirits maybe because Sheila did it. Yeah, brewers very hard. Like the variable is there are a lot of things that you need to consider.
Yeah, there are a lot of unknown things.
Unknown things, correct. Basically cinnamon syrup, but we add red wine vinegar to add bread acidity into it. And then we made our own pandan syrup.
And that's it.
Yeah. So
Oh.
basically just pandan and also simple syrup. And this one is the star ingredients. This is basically rice milk
Yeah.
that we make ourselves.
Did you evaporate that?
No. So we cook the rice to make, we cook the rice and then we blend it with water. That's it. So this drink is the last drink for the exotic. We got some inspiration from the horchata, a classic Spanish drink, where they use rice milk, cinnamon, and just water basically. That's why we use rice milk as a base, and then to add that cinnamon flavors, we add the cinnamon syrup, and then pandan syrup for a little bit of the florality element. And lastly, we smoke the glass with Palo Santo wood to make it more citrusy and herbaceous at the same time. And for the alcohol, I use brandy, Saint Louis, to add that dark grape flavors like acidity into the drink. So yeah,
Very much.
as I mentioned before, that's black coffee. Well, translucent coffee now.
That cinnamon shrub's nice.
Yeah.
I'm such a cinnamon guy.
We make a long black by diluting espresso and also water, like the minerals water. We distill together. This is using the machine, and then we suspend with vegetable glycerin to preserve the aroma. Because water don't have that power to bind aroma very well, that's why we need the help from vegetable glycerin. Well, this one is not on the menu, but I would like you guys to try it.
Oh,
This
Thank
is
you.
latte basically, but we clarify to latte.
Hot latte then.
So basically we make iced latte first,
oh,
and then we add some citric acid into it and some simple syrup, then we clarify together.
right. And it comes out this color.
Yes,
Wow.
very nice.
that's a matcha arm right there. Whisk,
The art of
that's strong.
whisking matcha. Well, this is not on the menu, but just basically this is just matcha latte with our milk. The layer will actually make it nicer. You get the layer from the matcha and then combine with the milk.
I like the sensory flavor there because the matcha is right at the top.
Yes.
It's like the aromas straight to your face, which is very nice. I mean,
Do you think the key to getting it to sit on top of the milk like that, with that layered presentation, is doing it with milk or whisking it to a certain extent, or?
Well, normally just whisking it to a certain extent to make it float on the top.
you get the area.
Yes, normally you get the air to make the matcha sit on the top. That's it. Nice. Look at that layer.
Makasih.
Thank you.
Drinks up, guys. So we've got here a rotary evaporator. So what they do is they continually spin whatever's in there and then heat it, and that will get rid of some of the moisture in there. So right now I think they've got some espresso mixed with water that they'll distill, and it'll come out as this liquid, which is one that we had during the Omakafe course. So it's like a distilled coffee or espresso. So this was once coffee, and it's just completely clarified. Very interesting, very yummy too.